Week 15 of the fantasy football season, and here's a few wide receivers I have as sleepers this week. The first guy, Demarcus Robinson of the Los Angeles Rams, had Tutu Atwell. He took a big hit in that Week 14 loss versus the Ravens, and we don't know if he's going to come back, but the last 2 weeks, Demarcus Robinson's emerged in this offense for this Ram team, and he's playing good football. Week 13 versus Cleveland, 4 catches, 55 yards, and a touchdown. In Week 14 in Baltimore, 3 catches, 46 yards, and a touchdown on 10 targets. Obviously, that's nothing to overlook, especially the 10 targets in that game. So this week, a good matchup versus the Washington Commanders. They give up the second most fantasy points to wide receivers on the season. And Robinson, a lot of one-on-one coverage or just up the seam is wide open, where defense is obviously paying attention to Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. So right now, this week in a matchup where I expect the Rams to go up and down the field, and Robinson being a decent factor, he's available in 97% of fantasy leagues. If you need a receiver that's a sleeper this week, next receiver is Parker Washington of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So Parker Washington, the 6th-round rookie, so far he's looked decent in playing time he's gotten over the last 2 weeks. With Christian Kirk out, he's taken on that role. Week 13 versus Cincinnati, 6 catches, 61 yards, a touchdown. And Week 14 in Cleveland, in that one, 2 catches, 27 yards, and a touchdown and a fumble loss. I know last week really the targets weren't there, but he's still a player in the slot that could go out there and make plays. And Zay Jones, we know all season's been in and out of the lineups. If even Zay Jones goes down once again, Washington really get an expanded role. So this week in a matchup versus Baltimore, where they're going to have to put points on the board in a hurry to keep up in this game. Parker Washington available in 95% of fantasy leagues. I know he's more of a dart throw than some of these guys I've mentioned this week, but still, he's getting an opportunity, and 2 weeks in a row, he's found the end zone. And the third and final wide receiver I have as a sleeper is Juju Smith-Schuster of the New England Patriots. I know Juju Smith-Schuster, it's been a bust for him, no doubt about it, this year in his first year in New England, but the last few weeks, he's starting to see the field a little bit more, and we don't know if Demario Douglas is going to return in this Week 15 game versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And one of his former teams, again, last week versus former team at the Steelers, 4 catches, 90 yards. And this week versus the Chiefs, who we won a Super Bowl with last season, where we know if the Patriots want to win this game, they can put points on the board, even though I think the game plan is going to be run the football a whole lot and keep Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense off the scoreboard if they want any chance of winning the ball game. But anyway, Juju maybe wasn't healthy in the beginning of the year, just going out there, going through the motions. And to be honest, at least Bailey Zappe could get the football down the field a little bit where Mac Jones couldn't. So maybe the quarterback change has helped Juju a little bit. And if you need a sleeper, he's available in 86% of fantasy leagues. That's a few wide receivers I have as sleepers for Week 15 of the fantasy football season.